Yeah, when you do anything threatening in my direction, you now get a visit from something very powerful and scary. So yeah, the guy was telling me, so I got pulled over. I got pulled over, I got pulled over for, I got pulled over for driving too slow. I didn't realize you could get pulled over for driving too slow because old people only know how to drive slow. And brand new drivers that are teenagers only know how to drive, careful and slow. They're not confident yet. So I thought slow was a freebie. No, I got pulled over for driving too slow. And you think that you'd only get in trouble driving too slow in the fast lane of the freeway, because that could be seriously dangerous. And you know right away about how if you're on the fast lane of a freeway, that could be so dangerous if you're a slow driver. So even an old person would always stay to the slow lane. But you wouldn't think on a basic street it would go like that. But I guess it does. So I sat there like, well, I don't know. So, but the guy took off and said, just don't drive on this lane. If you're going to drive slow, you got to stay on the slow people lane. I was like, oh, okay. Well, he was visited by a very powerful, scary giant. That's one of my protectors. My protector said, "You have come against the great Bodianica. You must be dealt with." And the guy said, "I'm a police officer. She's driving too slow." And the monster says, "I work in hell. Let me show you the many visions of hell. Never come against the great Bonianica. If she sits in the middle of the road and goes nowhere, hope she moves." And he left after showing him visions of how scary and bad hell really gets. And then the monster had to address everyone that runs the police station where he comes from. So the police station that runs everything had to know about him and him pulling me over. And the reality that in the laws and rules of God, we are supposed to viciously attack any threatening behavior. I don't know. I didn't want to. I'm just going to tell you the truth. I'm supposed to be ordered by the gods to viciously attack any threatening or threat behaviors. But when the police officer was behind me, I could tell they were a really, really, really good person. I didn't want to do anything. I could tell they were a really, really good person. They didn't seem like they wanted to destroy God or do something against God. But I get it. You have to be very aggressive as a God, or they're going to think they can give you tickets and treat you like a human and degrade you in front of everybody. And I get it. The laws of God, they exist for a reason, so I can be a God again. And humans don't have a right to tell a God anything. So I didn't, but then my monsters went back and made it right and talked to everyone that runs the building and then talked to him, so that maybe next time he'll just, I don't know. This is the hard part of life, where I need to be a God again, which means a lot of really scary bad things will happen, because people have watched me so degraded, so easily abused and degraded, that they don't want to stop doing it. And they don't want to stop thinking they can do whatever the fuck they want to anybody with a social security card or blah, blah, blah. And sadly, this is just going to become a very scary fight of God against everything. And it's like, I just want to pass out my powers. And be kind of sad when you're bad people that receive my powers in a bad way. But like, that's how life needs to go, so good people can live. Because bad people just abuse and stomp all over and squash good people. So if you destroy bad people, good people have a good day and a good future. So there's, no choice. Reap what you sow was built by gods for a reason. They're very old and very smart. And if you don't uplift the good and destroy the bad. There's always just a bad combination everywhere where bad people and bad things just have to shit on everything all the time, and it's horrible. But I mean, if I lived in an ideal world, I just want to pass my powers so people could have wealthy moments. I'd want to pass around my powers so people could have big miracle and no more health problem moments. Like, yeah, I'm like Jesus and God the Father. I'm a great, good God. I would love to just watch a lot of good things happen but that's not how life works. So you look at the demon, you look at the devil, you look at the evil God, you look at every spiritual, scary enemy that got this world to be this gross in my direction, and you say, some laws and rules were in existence for a reason, and at some point I'm going to have to even watch a poor, good person be in a very bad predicament over my right to be a God, and no one has a right to even look at me anymore. This could get serious.